is David Scott from the Greenacres Branch of the Palm Beach County Library System. I'm participating in the virtual readout for Banned Books Week, which runs from September 21st through September 27th, 2014. I'm reading an excerpt from Snow Falling on Cedars by David Guterson. It was published in 1994, and according to the American Library Association, it's been challenged for reasons of racism, sexual graphic content, and obscene language. I thought I would read from the opening paragraphs. The accused man, Kabuo Miyamoto, sat proudly upright with a rigid grace. His palms placed softly on the defendant's table, the posture of a man who has detached himself, insofar as this is possible, at his own trial. Some in the gallery would later say that his stillness suggested a disdain for the proceedings. Others felt certain it veiled a fear of the verdict that was to come. Whichever it was, Kabuo showed nothing, not even a flicker of the eyes. He was dressed in a white shirt, worn buttoned to the throat, and green, neatly pressed trousers. His figure, especially the neck and shoulders, communicated the impression of irrefutable physical strength and a precise, even imperial being. Kabuo's features were smooth and angular. His hair had been cropped close to his skull in a manner that made his musculature prominent. In the face of the charge that had been leveled against him, he sat with his dark eyes trained straight ahead and did not appear moved at all. In the public gallery, every seat had been taken, yet the courtroom suggested nothing of the carnival atmosphere sometimes found at country murder trials. In fact, the 85 citizens gathered there seemed strangely subdued and contemplative. Most of them had known Carl Hain, a salmon gill netter with a wife and 3 children, who was buried now in the Lutheran cemetery up on Indian Knob Hill. Most had dressed with the same communal propriety they felt on Sundays before attending church services. And since the courtroom, however stark, mirrored in their hearts the dignity of their prayer houses, they conducted themselves with church-going solemnity. Snow fell that morning outside the courthouse windows, 4 tall, narrow arches of leaded glass that yielded a great quantity of weak December light. A wind from the sea lofted snowflakes against the window panes, where they melted and ran toward the casements. Beyond the courthouse, the town of Amity Harbor spread along the inland shoreline. A few wind-whipped and decrepit Victorian mansions, remnants of a lost seagoing optimism, loomed out of the snowfall on the town's sporadic hills. Beyond them, Cedars wove a steep mat of green. The snow blurred from vision the clean contours of those cedar hills. The wind drove snowflakes steadily inland, hurling them against the fragrant trees, and the snow began to settle on the highest branches with a gentle implacability. The accused man, with one segment of his consciousness, watched the falling snow outside the windows. He had been exiled in the county jail for 77 days, the last part of September, all of October and November, and the first week of December in jail. There was no window anywhere in his basement cell, no portal through which the autumn light could come to him. He had missed autumn, he realized now. It had passed already, evaporated. The snowfall which he witnessed out of the corners of his eyes, furious, wind-whipped flakes against the windows, struck him as infinitely beautiful. That is Snow Falling on Cedars by David Guterson. Read it now.